Imagine a room in the late 18th century lit only by flickering candles. In the center sits a cabinet, not just furniture, but a promise. A machine said to do the impossible, reveal the future. This is the story of a forgotten marvel, a mechanical prophet from an age when humanity believed every mystery could be solved, one gear at a time. The people of this era saw the universe as a grand clock, its rules waiting to be understood, and its future perhaps predicted. This was the spirit of the Enlightenment: reason as the key, science as the map. People wanted to take the world apart, see how it worked, and put it back together. In this atmosphere, stories of incredible machines spread: mechanical ducks that digested grain, automata that played music. These were more than toys. They were proof that life could be imitated, maybe even created, through gears and springs. So when whispers began of a machine that could reveal the future, it felt like the next logical step. A machine that could read the clockwork of destiny itself. The story of this machine is not in the usual history books. It exists in fragments, rumored letters, forgotten pamphlets, anxious diaries. It is a ghost in the grand machines of history. But its tale speaks to a deep human desire to know what comes next, to have certainty in an uncertain world. As we pull back the curtain on this forgotten episode, we're not just looking at the past. We're looking at a reflection of ourselves, our hopes, our fears, and our fascination with a predictable future. The promise of the machine was not just about technology, but about control. It was about the hope that with enough knowledge we could master fate itself. This is the story of that hope and what happened when it was put to the test. The cabinet waits in the candlelight, ready to show humanity its own tomorrow. But what did it really reveal? And why does its story still matter today? Let's open the cabinet and find out. The gears are waiting, the future is calling, and the story begins. The 18th century was an age of breathtaking optimism. Thinkers saw the cosmos as a grand, predictable system, like a clock wound by a creator. Newton's laws let them predict the dance of planets and the return of comets. If the heavens were mechanical, why not society, the body, or even destiny? Inventors built automata, mechanical marvels that imitated life, like Vaucanson's digesting duck. These creations suggested that even life's mysteries could be broken down into mechanical steps. If a machine could mimic digestion, could another mimic thought? Could a clock track the march of events? The belief grew: build a sensitive enough machine, and you could calculate the future. To Enlightenment thinkers, a future-predicting machine was not magic, but the ultimate expression of reason. The stage was set for someone to claim they'd built a clock that told the time of tomorrow. Stories began of a reclusive genius who built the chronoscopic engine. It was a large mahogany cabinet, covered in brass dials and glass gauges. At its center, a chart of time itself, filled with mysterious symbols. The inventor claimed it ran on mechanics and mathematics, not magic. Inside, thousands of gears and springs ticked in harmony. You'd input data, birth dates, prices, star positions, using levers and dials. The machine would calculate for hours, then a needle would point to a symbol. A codex translated the result into a prediction about the future. The claims were staggering. The engine could forecast wars, disasters, even personal fates. It was a mechanical oracle, promising to strip the future of uncertainty. For a world obsessed with order, the chronoscopic engine was the ultimate dream. But was it real? At first, the engine's predictions seemed astonishingly accurate, at least so the stories claimed. A nobleman's lost shipment, a distant cousin's unexpected rise to the throne. Each story spread, fueling the machine's legend. People believed it tapped into hidden laws, seeing invisible threads across time. But many predictions were vague, open to interpretation. Ambiguity only deepened people's faith, making the machine seem profound. Debates raged over its cryptic pronouncements. The few accurate hits were retold endlessly. The misses were forgotten. the chronoscopic engine became less a scientific instrument, more an object of faith. Fame brought suspicion. The church condemned the engine as blasphemy. Only God should know the future. Political leaders feared it could inspire rebellion or panic. If the machine predicted a king's fall or a famine, chaos could follow. The engine threatened the monopoly on power and information. Public mood shifted. For every hopeful, there was someone terrified by the idea of a fixed fate. The promise of certainty revealed its dark side, the prison of predestination. Predictions grew less reliable, or people grew more critical. Failures chipped away at the machine's mystique. Skeptics called the inventor a fraud. The engine, once a marvel, was now caught between faith, power, and fear. Its time as a celebrated wonder was ending. The chronoscopic engine's decline was swift. Crowds vanished, the inventor became a target, and one day, both he and the machine disappeared. No note, no explanation, just an empty workshop. Some say the inventor destroyed the engine and fled. Others whisper it was seized and hidden by authorities. Maybe it was all a clever illusion, and the inventor simply moved on. The machine's fate is a mystery. Was it dismantled, hidden, or just a prop in a vanished show? All that remains is the memory of wonder, and the silence where the gears once turned. The story fades into legend. So what was the chronoscopic engine? A real marvel, a hoax, or something in between? The idea of a true predictive machine is thrilling, but unlikely. Chaos and uncertainty rule the universe. The engine was probably a sophisticated illusion, its predictions a mix of lucky guesses, vague statements, and clever information gathering. But maybe the inventor was a sincere experimenter, testing flawed theories about cycles and causality. Its occasional successes felt like proof to believers. The engine's true nature remains a mystery, suspended between fact and fiction, but its story endures because it reveals something profound about its time. It shows an age grappling with science, reason, and the desire to know the future. The engine is gone, but the questions it raised are still with us. Why do we long for certainty? And what do we risk when we try to build a perfect oracle? The chronoscopic engine may seem like a relic, but its spirit lives on. Today, we have new oracles, algorithms, predictive models, artificial intelligence. They promise to predict what we'll watch, buy, or even who we'll love. Banks, companies, courts, and police all use algorithms to forecast the future. We've built our own chronoscopic engines, infinitely more complex, but with the same promised certainty. We're mesmerized by their accuracy, but also anxious about their power. Biases and black boxes lurk inside, shaping our lives in ways we barely understand. We're told to trust the logic, just as people once trusted the gears. The language has changed, but the desire is the same. We want a rational, objective judgment from a machine that knows better than we do. But the future remains stubbornly unpredictable. The more we try to calculate it, the more we realize its complexity. The quest for certainty continues. In the end, the story of the chronoscopic engine is about us. We are creatures obsessed with the future, hoping, fearing, always wondering what comes next. The engine and its modern descendants tempt us with the illusion of control. But certainty is a cage. A future already written erases freedom and hope. The greatest value of the future is that it's unknown, a space for growth, surprise, and possibility. The inventor's machine failed, and its silence is a reminder. No device can chart the human heart or the unpredictable dance of history. The future is not a puzzle to be solved, but a journey to be taken. We are all writing the story together, one moment at a time. So when you hear about a perfect predictive algorithm, remember the mahogany cabinet and its whirring gears. Remember the promise and the fear. The quest for a better oracle will never end because it's part of our nature. But the most important parts of our story are unwritten. The rest is up to us.